Oh, hey everybody, it's Maria. Welcome back to the channel. How's it going? We're finishing up Halestorm's Everest with How Will You Remember Me? I won't say finish up, but we're finishing up for now because I know Halestorm enough to know they're gonna release a deluxe edition or a Walmart exclusive that's gonna have a couple new tracks in it, and then I'm gonna have to go ahead and do it. So I have a feeling in my soul that this is gonna happen. This kind of reminds me, it's like, I know this is gonna sound nasty, but it's like here's to us and Ranger Horns made love to each other and this is their baby. Like, oh my god. Um, I'm not gonna say what I feel about it until the end. I admit that when I first listened to it, I cried. I might tear up again. So if I do, no judgment, please. Let's get into this thing. All right, let's go to Hillstar. Thanks again to Metal Lyrics Video for being with us for like 90% of our journey through this album. I appreciate y'all's help. Let's get into this. How will you remember me? What will be my legacy? To leave behind the best of me, to make you feel loved. When you shed a tear or raise a glass, wonder why it went so fast. I wish that I could have you back. Never let me go. No gets to see it. The way our souls are living in the night. We don't have time. I wish you would tell me before tomorrow fails me and I get it right. Let me make it right. Life goes on in memories. How will you remember me? How do you remember us? To think about when we were young, we lost in dreams and getting drunk. Didn't we have fun? Living off the Indian summers, living for the springtime colors. When we still have each other, the winter time comes. No one gets to see the way our souls are living in the night. You don't have time. I wish you would tell me before tomorrow fails me. I can't get it right. Let me make it right. Life goes on in memories. Tell me, how will you remember me? If y'all like this kind of stuff, hit that subscribe button. It's much appreciated, y'all. Hit that like button for me. I love you guys very much. Ooh. No one gets to see the way the souls are living in the night. We don't have time. I wish you would tell me before tomorrow fails me. I can't get it right. Help me make it right. Life goes on in memories. Tell me, how will you remember me? The light that shines for me carries in my song for me. The only way I'm okay to leave is you remember me. Oh, excuse me, guys. I need a second. Oh, I know. I can see it in the comments now. Dude, she's about to cry. Yes, I'm about to cry. Apparently, I didn't finish the fucking song, but it naturally came back to me. You know, that last few lines. I I cried genuinely. Like, I understand. I listened to this album while my nephew was here, if my memory's right. I put this motherfucker on. Turn around, I look at him for a second, and when she goes, life goes on, the memories. Tell me, how will you remember me? I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, I teared up. I cried. I was trying to hide it so hard. Oh, I want to cry right now in this fucking video. But I'm gonna fight my tears for a second. Well, to answer your question, my brother, who is in the heavens, this is how I'll remember you. Funny, caring, determined, very, well, not strict, but very rigid when it comes to, wanting to do things a certain way. I don't ever remember us getting drunk together. Um, um, kind of wish I'd had the chance to do that. Even though I'm a lightweight when it comes to alcohol. Um, I remember those little moments. It's all about the little moments because, like, I remember I got in trouble for something, and I cried like a baby. Like, I got grounded for something. I forgot what it was. But I got grounded for something, and I was little, and of course I was crying like a baby. So I remember my brother coming in there and inventing what he calls the dip game, and it's just like a little tickle game, like you take your finger on the other person's body and go dip. The other person would say no more dips, and then we go through this same sequence a couple times, and on the last dip, he would just tickle me and play with me, and yeah, I remember that. I remember always driving him crazy with anything Miley Cyrus. My love for Miley Cyrus's music when I was a kid was deep. I remember him being like a father figure. Um, Not that my dad wasn't around, I just wouldn't let him because, let's just say someone was messing with my head. So he kind of grew into those shoes and always gave me advice and always had to help me with my homework. Um, but he turned out to be a really good dad because of those experiences. Every time I play with his kids, I see him. I see him. This is what I'll remember, brother. I remember being the luckiest sister in the world. The luckiest sister in the world. Because I had a brother like you. I miss you. I hope you give mommy a big hug for me. Without the two of you, there would be no me. I love you guys very much. Give me a second. Let's just say we had a lot of fun times when we were kids that I'll never forget. Because if I continue on memory lane, I swear this video is going to be an hour, hour and a half. Um, mm, this album finally done, let's get into my top five of this album. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's see. Mm-mm. I would say number one would have to be Gather the Lambs, just because of that chorus. I would say Broken Doll was pretty badass, so I'm gonna go with it. Um, Healing was the heaviest one, but even though I couldn't sing it, I would say this is definitely one of my favorites. Let me see. What did I say? Hang on. Gather the Lambs, Broken Dolls, Killing, and I got two more. I guess Darkness Always Wins because of the In the Air Tonight feel. And last but certainly not least, just because I had this emotional moment with you guys, How Will You Remember Me? Um, those are my top five from this album. If I had to give it a rating, sitting here right now, since I've had some time to marinate on it, at first I would have given it like a four because Hailstorm albums to me, the prior records have a very not similar but very little difference with each track. It sounds very similar from one to the other, but they had their own individual something in each track. This whole album reminds me of like a fucking roller coaster. You'll go low, then you slowly go higher, and then you slowly go a little lower, but still in the middle, and then high up for the bigger songs, and then How Will You Remember Me will be like your final stop on that roller coaster, like you're about to get out of the little cart. Um, which, I mean, How Will You Remember Me is a good closer. I mean, it would make sense to put the more power ballady song at the end. But if they do release a deluxe edition, Lizzie, could you please let it start with something heavy, please? Because how will you remember me will always make me cry. Um, Forever and always, so will raise your horns. But I like songs like this because I guess it gives me permission to cry. Like I don't need permission, I guess, but sometimes you need a good rock song that'll just make you tear up. I will always about my mom. I'll always remember that there was a caring person that loved everybody, was always there for everybody else before herself, to her own detriment a little bit. But she was always very caring, very loving. If she could, she would feed the whole world with her gumbo. I swear to God. I swear she would always make like say she'd make a big pot, not just for us kids for seconds, but like for everybody in the fucking house, and there'd still be enough left for leftovers the next day. What the fuck? Um, I'll always remember, thanks to Miley and Selena Gomez, the two of them created memories for me and my mom. Every time I listen to some of their old records, it feels like she's here. And with this Hellstorm song, that's just to me. This was a letter from my mom and my brother that will always be here. So thank you, Hellstorm, for another badass ballad that makes me want to cry and helping me remember that they're always around. I hope you enjoyed this album. If you guys have anything you want to say, sorry, not sorry for the emotional moment, but if you guys have anything you want to say, please leave it for me in the comments down below. and tell me what's next. Do you guys want, if the new I Prevail or 3 Days Grace album comes out by the time this is released, do you want me to do that next? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next round of videos. Peace!